The boxing world is buzzing after Bomac McIntyre made a bold statement about a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Christian Mbilli. According to Bomac, if this fight ever happens, Canelo may never be the same afterward. That's a massive claim considering Canelo's legendary career and everything he has accomplished inside the ring. He has faced elite opponents, unified titles across multiple weight classes, and built a reputation as one of boxing's greatest champions. But Bomac believes Christian Mbilli presents a completely different kind of challenge. Today, we're breaking down why Bomac feels this way, what makes Mbilli such a dangerous opponent, whether Canelo should be concerned, and how this potential fight could impact the future of the super middleweight division. Before we get started, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest boxing news and analysis. For years, Canelo Alvarez has been the king of the super middleweight division. His resume includes victories over world champions and future Hall of Famers. Fighters such as Gennady Golovkin, Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, Sergey Kovalev, Miguel Cotto, and many others have all shared the ring with the Mexican superstar. Throughout his career, Canelo has built his reputation on elite defense, devastating counterpunching, incredible body attacks, and one of the highest boxing IQs the sport has ever seen. Even when opponents tried to pressure him, Canelo usually found a way to slow the pace, break them down, and control the action. However, Christian Mbilli is being viewed as one of the new generation's most dangerous contenders. The undefeated power puncher has quietly built an impressive record while displaying relentless pressure, explosive combinations, and exceptional conditioning. Unlike many of Canelo's previous opponents, Mbilli rarely takes a backward step. He constantly throws punches from different angles, attacks the body with bad intentions, and forces opponents to fight at an uncomfortable pace. Many boxing analysts believe his aggressive style could create serious problems for anyone in the division. This is exactly where Bomac's warning comes into the conversation. McIntyre is widely respected throughout boxing for helping develop elite fighters and understanding what it takes to compete at the championship level. When someone with his experience says a fighter could permanently change another fighter after one night, people pay attention. Bomac isn't necessarily saying Canelo would lose easily. Instead, he's suggesting that the physical punishment from fighting someone like Mbilli could leave lasting effects, regardless of who wins. One of the biggest reasons behind Bomac's opinion is Christian Mbilli's relentless pressure. Modern boxing has shown us that constant pressure can wear down even the most technically gifted champions. Fighters who refuse to give opponents time to breathe often create opportunities late in fights. Mbilli throws combinations instead of single punches, cuts off the ring effectively, and keeps attacking from the opening bell until the final round. That style demands tremendous energy from whoever stands across the ring. For Canelo, managing distance has always been one of his greatest strengths. He likes opponents to come toward him so he can slip shots, counter with powerful hooks, and punish mistakes. But Mbilli doesn't simply rush forward recklessly. He mixes his offense, changes levels, and forces exchanges that become physically exhausting. Even if Canelo lands clean counters, Mbilli has shown an impressive willingness to absorb shots and continue applying pressure. Another important factor is age and mileage. Canelo has spent nearly 2 decades competing against world-class opposition. He's fought countless championship rounds and has already faced some of boxing's hardest punchers. While he's still performing at a high level, every fighter eventually reaches a stage where recovery becomes more difficult. That's why many trainers closely examine not only whether a fighter wins or loses but also how much damage they absorb over time. Bomac may believe Mbilli's non-stop aggression could accelerate that process. Christian Mbilli also possesses underrated athleticism. While many fans focus on his knockout power, his speed and footwork often go unnoticed. He closes distance quickly and can explode with combinations before opponents have time to reset. Against experienced fighters, those small advantages become extremely important. If Mbilli consistently forces Canelo to fight at a pace he doesn't prefer, the champion may have to rely more heavily on movement than ever before. Of course, supporters of Canelo see things differently. They argue that experience cannot be replaced. Canelo has already solved countless styles throughout his career. Every time critics questioned him before a major fight, he eventually found adjustments that led him to victory. His patience, defensive awareness, and ability to make reads during a fight remain among the best in boxing today. Those qualities could prove too much even for an aggressive contender like Mbilli. There's also the mental side of championship boxing. Canelo has performed under enormous pressure throughout his career. Stadiums packed with tens of thousands of fans, global pay-per-view audiences, championship expectations, none of it seems to affect him anymore. Christian Mbilli, despite his impressive rise, has yet to experience that same level of spotlight. Fighting the biggest star in boxing is entirely different from facing contenders on smaller stages. Managing those emotions could become one of Mbilli's biggest challenges. Still, boxing history reminds us that every great champion eventually meets the next hungry contender. Legends from every generation have faced moments when younger fighters arrived with fresh energy, confidence, and fearlessness. Sometimes experience wins. Other times youth, hunger, and relentless pressure create unforgettable upsets. That's why so many fans are fascinated by the possibility of Canelo facing Christian Mbilli. Stylistically, this matchup offers everything boxing fans could want. One fighter represents years of championship excellence, elite defense, and calculated precision. The other brings explosive offense, constant pressure, youth, and the determination to prove he belongs among boxing's elite. Every round would likely feature tactical adjustments, heavy exchanges, and momentum swings that keep fans on the edge of their seats. As the conversation around this potential matchup continues, many insiders believe the psychological battle could be just as important as the physical one. Christian Mbilli has repeatedly shown that he is not intimidated by big names or championship reputations. He fights with the confidence of someone who truly believes he belongs at the top of the sport. That mindset can be dangerous when facing an established champion like Canelo Alvarez. Fighters who enter the ring already convinced they can win often perform beyond expectations, especially when they have